Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube station. You can sign up by going to www.youtube.com/user/Le Urban Retreat. And just click on subscribe and you'll be able to ask your questions by putting it in the comment section. Please use the latest videos, so I don't have to go checking through all of them. I might miss your questions. So just put it in the latest videos. So today is December 9th. Sorry, today is December, oh geez, I don't even know. No, today is December 3rd, 2015. So I'm answering a couple of questions today. One is for Julie Bolduc. She is asking two different questions that are about choices. And what's so important, I could introduce you to my little Tinkerbell here. She is my new addition to the family, and she's off. Okay, so um, for Julie, what's actually happening is that when we're looking at the future and what we're doing, one of the most important aspects in ourselves is to understand what we want and what we need and build from there. Now, Julie, you're born in a 3-year, and this year you are also in a 3-year, your personal year. So, what that means is you're coming to a renewal place on one hand, yet 3 means building. So, it was a great year for you to start building up what you need. So one of the things you mentioned is that you have your own practice, you're building it, so that's great. And then should you work in a hospital? So, or go get your nursing degree and work in a hospital. So the first thing you would need to decide is which one gives you joy. Which one is the one that suits you the most? Now, this takes a bit of time to do this because, you want to really put yourself into, if I'm a nurse and I'm working in a hospital venue, let's say you're working in a hospital and, you're working with different patients, you don't have in the hospital the same things as you would have in your own practice, like being the manager, being the entrepreneur, and being the practitioner. So you really want to sit yourself in these two different positions and figure out, which is the one that really brings me the most joy. So, one of my favorite sayings is, um, it's just as hard or just as easy to do what you don't like as what you do like. So when you've got an external uh, focus, like what should I do to give me what I want, it's got to be what do I want that's going to bring me what I need, like security and the financial security, but also be living a life that you enjoy, living a life that pleases you, that you're going to work and it fulfills you. So you're the only one who can make that decision. And from there, we can ask, what are your obstacles? What are the things that are going to come in your way? Now, I've got a past lifeline in your reading, and the past lifeline says that you have been mixing up what you love, what your heart's desire is. So you got three cards in the past lifeline that shows what you love. Then it gets mixed up with finances. Now, in tarot, the coins, pentacles are not just finances, it's stability. So that's the security that I've been sort of talking about, giving you security. It isn't looking outside yourself saying, well, if I do this or that, which one will give me security? Now, hopefully, I'm on the right track here and that we've got um, the correct sort of concern that you have about making this decision. Now, you might have many other concerns, which are fine. You can actually write back and let me know what those are. But at the moment, it looks like you need to make a decision which one is going to give you the greatest joy. So you can make a vision board. You can really go into, I know you know how to do Mindscape, so you can go into Mindscape and see what fits you. And then from there, You can use what you were born with, which is a builder, and you can build up what you want and gain that security that you need, especially since a karmic piece is now breaking for you. So, one of the things that tells us this is the 10 of Swords. It's got the character trait of the ruin, right down there. So you can see the swords are the intellect, the mind. So this is really telling us that your mind is deciding, should I do this or should I do that? And it covers the heart. You can see the heart's right in there. Yeah, and it causes a lot of interference and static, so the decision making, pros, cons. But you really need to get deeper into what is your heart's desire? Where do you fit? What feels good for you? And then from there, you're going to build. Because what I can see is when you decide what you want, because you're born in the 3 and you've got some great cards, creative cards, power, abundance. This is all going to come to you. There's really no obstacle there. If there was, I would actually tell you if there was an obstacle to that. So I'm really giving you the primary obstacle, which is your mind making these decisions, but they're not based in your heart. Now you can see this card is available. It's sitting upright in the reading, so that means this is going to be happening to you as well. But we've got a little problem because the 9 of batons, which is your strength, comes up upside down and leads the reading. And this card actually, what it does, it's telling us, well, you haven't got a lot of strength of conviction, but that will only come when you decide what you want to be doing. Now, another little, story I'll tell you about is, when we were kids, when we played, it wasn't just fun. It was a lot of hard work. There could be arguments. So think of, when you built a fort with a friend or a sibling, and being so little and carrying those big huge pillows and piling them up. You might have been sweating, and yeah, so there, and some parts of the fort might fall apart. You might argue with your companion, whoever you're playing with, and so all of life is available there, but there is a lot of fun and there's play. So consider, when you're making your decision, how can I play? What are ways that I can live my life playing? So there can be lots of fun, there can be difficult moments, but it isn't about looking at, will it just be money? Will it just be having lots of clients? This really isn't the way to go about making the decision. It's got to be something that completely fulfills you. So visualize yourself, create a vision board of what it would look like, what life would look like if you're a nurse, and create one of what life looks like as a practitioner, and really go into some of the details. Interview people, see how they live their lives. What is a day in the life of a nurse? What's a day in the life of a practitioner? And see what gives your heart a sense of lightness, a sense of feeling as though I'm going to work every day, but it's really play. It's really fun. It's really exciting. It's also difficult. It's also hard. There are difficult moments. So, really work through that and remember that your karma is breaking. Remember that you've got a lot of power cards coming in that tell you that you have the qualities to make these things happen. The only element missing is what you want. Now, as we segue into your relationship, you asked, about the relationship with the person that you're with, but also that you had this connection with someone from the past. Now, again, it's going to be the same story. And the story is what, which person fulfills you in the ways that you need to be fulfilled. But this is only going to be discovered through your daily interactions with someone. So it's going to require honesty on your part. So you might, be with this person, but also say, look, I need to go and explore and meet up with this other person, and see what gives me the pleasure that I need, the joy, what fits with me. But you can only do that by experiencing day by day with someone. You can't just say, okay, this person or that person, are they good for me? There are too many variables. So, if you had just been telling me what's my relationship going to be like with one particular person, I could give you the obstacles, I could give you all those things. But in this case, you're asking between two people and whether the person is the right person. It's already showing that, well, we don't know. So as we look in the present, it doesn't really show you making a decision. Then it goes into the future and says, well, there's still two people there. There's still two thoughts. So now it's all about you going through an everyday process of discovering what it's like. So that's going to require an element that's not quite familiar to you. So, you've got this building energy. So you're already ready. Let me build this relationship with someone. Let me just do this. I'm ready. Yes, but part of the building is the preliminary where you're building up the connections, seeing do your parts fit. I don't mean that to be facetious or anything, but do you respect each other's needs when you have differences? Do those differences feel considered by the other person? What are the things that you can do together? We can't do 100% of things with our partners. That's just not the way life works. But we can have a relationship that is fulfilling and full, based in these basic ideas of self-respect, what you love, doing things separately, doing things together, considering each other's needs, but also considering your own needs and being able to fulfill your own needs, and the other person respecting that you fulfill your own needs. That's that's such a very tiny view of what a relationship is, right? So now it's really this exploration for you. And I can even, as I'm looking at this and feeling it, it's like, no, 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 I want to know now. Who is it? So I could start building. No, you're missing a whole step. You're missing the whole exciting getting to know someone, seeing how you fit. Because, once you love someone, and another person comes in, the decision is pretty clear. But a lot of times the mind says, well, what if there's a better person out there? Well, that kind of doesn't make sense, because the person that you're with oftentimes is the perfect person for that moment. Though you may not stay with that person, you could move on to the next one, but you'll only be able to make those decisions as you go along. So now that I'm saying this, I can kind of see, well, you got to make decisions more on a daily basis or an hourly basis in your relationship, rather than this big one. Is it this person or is that person? Is that how it's going to be? There's got to be decisions on, am I able to speak honestly to my partner? Am I able to state my needs? Am I able to say what I want? And in life, we can often change. You could start a relationship. You're in a particular place, especially when we're really young and you have kids. Then life changes. So if you've got a person in your life who's so respectful, and you're respectful of their needs, you can make those changes, without totally breaking the relationship. Or, you could, relationships could break, of course, when you start realizing your needs aren't there. So slow down. When you're asking your questions, see how you fit, and of yourself, not necessarily to me. If you need to have any other clarity, please let me know. We've also got Monica Marksick, who has asked a question. Now she's opened up a daycare, and she's started it just to, it's only weeks old. She's got it all prepared and is looking to see when people are going to start to come in. So the reading that I pulled out was that there's going to be, in the next week or so, a lot more viewings or questions or telephone calls, that kind of thing, from people who would like to consider the daycare. And then we see this lull. So whether they sign up at that point is, a little bit on the less side, not so much signing up. And then you're going to go through Christmas, and as you come to the new year, then we start seeing people kind of laying down, booking in, saying they're going to bring their kids. And, by next year, you're going to be rather busy, probably turning people away by September. So it looks like you'll have a nice a nice, good beginning, solid, especially as you come into January. And now is really the next month. December is really a time where people are going to be questioning, considering. Those phone calls are going to be very important for you because they're going to be the people that will be considering whether they'll come to your daycare or not in January, as the new season comes in, something that's closer to their homes, more viable for them. And yeah, so that's pretty much what's happening. All right, sweeties, please do post your questions in the comments section of the latest video that I post so that I don't go looking for your questions. Just put them in the comments section. Or you can go straight to my YouTube station. So a page will come up and you could put your comments under the first video there. All right. So take care. Looking forward to hearing from you and be well. Bye.